Welcome to the Cosmic Busker. My name is Bobby Cody. Joe Biden's candidacy is done. I don't see how he can continue. Yesterday there was an audio leak of a conversation that he had on the phone with Ukrainian President Poroshenko. Joe Biden had this conversation with the Ukrainian President Poroshenko while Joe Biden was the Vice President of the United States. He was Barack Obama's Vice President. Essentially, now I want to talk about this in context. We just got over the impeachment where the Democrats attempted to impeach President Donald Trump. And they tried to impeach him based on, they claimed that he did a quid pro quo, where he was holding up a loan guarantee to the Ukrainian government unless the Ukrainians investigated Joe Biden. That was the claim. They said it was a quid pro quo, and the impeachment was nonsense. It's questionable whether that would be a crime. But even if it is a crime, there was no evidence that Donald Trump did it. There's no evidence whatsoever. And so when they went forward with the Donald Trump impeachment, I said to myself, how dumb can you be? They're claiming that Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, did exactly what the Democrats did while they were in power. And they're trying to impeach him for it. I mean, talk about having something come back to bite you in the ass. They're trying to impeach Donald Trump for holding up a loan guarantee to Ukraine unless he performed some act. That's allegedly criminal quid pro quo, where they're exchanging one thing for the other. That's exactly what Barack Obama and Joe Biden did. And as the impeachment was going on, I'm like, don't they realize that they're setting Biden and Obama up for a criminal charge? What are the Democrats doing? They're destroying themselves. So people say, oh, Joe Biden didn't. What are you talking about, Joe Biden, Ukrainian quid pro quo? I'm going to share two things right now. First, I'm going to share the leaked audio that came out just yesterday. There's a leaked audio of Joe Biden speaking to Ukrainian President Poroshenko back when he was vice president, and he absolutely, no question about it, lays out the quid pro quo in the phone call. Joe Biden said, unless you fire this prosecutor, you're not getting $1 billion. So they fired the prosecutor, and then Biden said, okay, now you're getting $1 billion. Now, this is audio. It's the phone call between the two of them, so it obviously shows the quid pro quo in action. Now, you would think that an admission by Joe Biden to such a thing would be all that you need, but that's existed for several years. When Joe Biden was talking to the Council on Foreign Relations a few years ago, he laid out that he did a quid pro quo with Ukraine regarding the loan. They said, if you don't fire this prosecutor, and the prosecutor is investigating Joe Biden's son's company Burisma for criminal acts. Joe Biden didn't want his son to be arrested for criminal acts regarding this Ukrainian company Burisma, from which he was making millions and millions of dollars. So he said, either you fire this prosecutor who's going after my son, or you're not getting $1 billion. So that's what you're hearing. First, I'm going to share with you right now that leaked audio where you can hear Biden talking to Poroshenko, talking about the firing of the prosecutor, and it says, now you're going to get the $1 billion. Right after that, excuse me, right after that, I'm going to add in another video. That video comes from a few years ago. It's Joe Biden talking to the Council on Foreign Relations and bragging about getting the prosecutor fired and saying that you won't get the $1 billion loan unless you fire this prosecutor. So we have two pieces of evidence of Joe Biden engaging in acts that they attempted to impeach President Trump for. It's hard to qualify that type of stupidity. It really is. So here's the leaked audio, and right after that is the Council for Relations video. Once you're done watching, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Mr. President, Joe Biden. How are you?
Very well indeed. As usual when I hear your voice. Thank you very much.
Well, you are doing very well. Congratulations on getting the new Prosecutor General. I know there's a lot more that has to be done, but I really think that's good, and I understand you're working with a rod in the coming days on a number of additional laws to secure the IMF. So, but congratulations on installing the new Prosecutor General. It's going to be critical for him to work quickly to repair the damage Shokin did. And I'm a man of my word. And that now that the new Prosecutor General's in place, we're ready to move forward in signing that new $1 billion loan guarantee. And I don't know how you want to go about that. I'm not going to be able to get to Kyiv anytime soon, meaning the next month or so. And I don't know whether you could either sign it with our ambassador, or if you came here, we could sign it, or if you want, we're inviting Groisman here later. I'm going to be talking to him later this morning, not for that purpose. We're inviting him to Washington, and so I'll leave it up to you as to how you want that done and when you want it done.
First of all, thank you very much indeed for these words of support. Believe me that it was a very tough challenge and very difficult job, and Mrs. Timoshenko and Mr. Leshko fraction tried to break this, because we not only voted for the new Prosecutor General, which we do in a very short period of time, within one day we changed the law. By the way, in this law we are presenting the new structure of the General Prosecutor Office, including the General Inspection, as we agreed with you.
That's real.
And the second thing, I immediately invite Lutsenko and said that he should contact your embassy, and I would be very pleased if you will have a certain person who can come either from Washington or whenever. We have here, I don't remember his name, the Ukrainian origin American prosecutor. He is a little bit old. I sent to the Jeffrey his name, and he was ready to come and to be assistant and advisor with a very good experience in the American system, and he can be the person of trust with the new prosecution system. I think this is exactly the right time to do that, and if he is still ready to come and to cooperate from the very first step, from the very first minute of the new prosecutor, that is exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, let me get in contact with the Justice Department and pursue that. I'll get his name, and let me find out where that is, because it is in our interest, obviously, to provide professional assistance as quick as we can so this gets up and started in the right direction. So I will move on that as soon as we hang up. I'll put that in train, and I'll get back to you as to what I'm able to do.
Absolutely. The second thing, thank you very much indeed. This is exactly what I'm looking for. The second thing is that I want to thank you that you give me your word that immediately when we change the legislation and I appoint the new Prosecutor General, and it would be Yuri Lutsenko, as we agreed on our previous meeting in Washington, and when it happened, we can have this loan guarantee, and thank you very much.
I'll give you one concrete example. I was not but it just happened to be that was the assignment I got. I got all the good ones. So I got Ukraine. And I remember going over convincing our team, or others too, convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not going to, or we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. You got fired. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. You got fired. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. You got fired. Well, son of a bitch. Well, son of a bitch.